January 24th. This marks exactly 1 year since I brought the welfare version of YouTube's channel to you called The Trouble With That. With the exception of the last 2 weeks, which I wish I had a viable excuse for you, but I do not. Wouldn't matter anyway. The exception of those last 2 weeks, I've been able to give you one a week at a minimum. It was a lot more initially. Get the ball rolling, keep the wheels greasy, you know what I'm saying. I took the last 2 weeks off because I'm lazy like that. Is this channel going to continue? I don't know. I've already gotten the wrist slap for breaking the community guidelines, and I'm just dancing around stuff. The censorship on this platform has grown so immense that I have to sit and kind of conjure my words and choose them wisely, which you should do anyway, really. But I've never been one for caution. Point being, censorship is so heavy, what's probably going to happen is I'm going to make the little skedaddle on over to Rumble and have a somewhat open platform. Now, the trouble with that is, it's hard to bellyache about a platform. I mean, it's their rules because it's their system. So if you don't like it, hit the road, Jack. That's probably where we're headed. If I just vastly disappear and there's no more uploads, you'll know that's exactly what happens. So you have to dance on over to Rumble if you want to see more of the same type stuff. Now, they're already warning content creators of this sensitive event, which is, may or may not happen in the future. And without going into any specifics whatsoever, they've told you that, there may be this event coming. And without telling you anything about what the event is or the restrictions against speaking on it, you're not allowed to speak on it, because if you do, you're out of here. I've already gotten the slap on the wrist. And like I said, my stuff is come on. So they're warning you about this event that nobody knows what is. Well, somebody knows, because otherwise they couldn't warn you about it. Isn't that right? You know good and well a guy like me is going to have something to say about it. But we can't say it here, because that's not allowed. Well, what's the point in being here then? For right now, the way things are, I'll continue for a little bit on this platform for the 10 to 80 of you that view such things. And I do appreciate you. And that is sincere, I really do. It takes a bit of your time, and I understand that. I think it's pretty cool. I don't care if it was 3 of you. The original intent of this channel was to kind of throw out some things that I found interesting, or a combination of current events and book reviews and this and that. If you just had a channel on book reviews, would you get any views at all? I don't know. Do people read books anymore? I don't know. What I found out early on is that the focus kind of changed. And at this point, I hate to say I don't care, but the focus changed. And it changed towards my daughter. What I found out was that I think it would be an awesome, awesome thing to have video and audio of my parents, which have both been dead for many years. I would love to be able to hear their voices, because I don't have any means to do that. There's no even recordings of it. It's argumentative if there's visual recordings. If there are, and can be duplicated, there's no sound with it. It's the old 8mm stuff, the reel-to-reel. But the point being that, maybe my daughter might have some interest in hearing what I had to say, or what I thought about things when I was alive. In the event I should perish, I will at some point. That's everybody does. So she can go back to these if she wanted to and just remember how I sounded. Because I'd love to have that from my parents, and I don't have any way of getting such a thing. So, in a sense, this kind of stuff is for her. And as we all know, or if you've lived long enough, your views on things change. The way you felt about things when you're 18 or 20 may not be the way you think about things when you're 25 or 35. So on and so forth down the line. So that's kind of the purpose of the channel. Now, if you get some good out of it, Or if you get something interesting that you didn't, hey, that's a free bonus for everybody. I'm not going to count this as this week's video. We can do better than this. It's just a little update as we go along the way. Thought you might be interested to know. Or if you're interested in all, where's this guy been for the last 2 weeks? I've been places. I've been around, acting sketchy, watching things, making judgments. That's kind of what I do. Well, here's said update. So, if I just disappear, you'll know that I probably moseyed on over to Rumble. If I'm not on Rumble by that time, I'm probably dead. Now, won't that be a glorious day for everybody, including mostly me? Anywho, there's your update. I do appreciate you watching. Thanks, and I'll see you shortly. Then in a couple of days, there's just some time with a new video. Somebody should know how to run this. I don't. See you next time.